One thing this doesn't have though is I think it needs a little bit of room right here, so it can taper down a little bit more, kind of like my picture. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut just a tiny bit off here. So I can either fill that in with fondant or fill it in with cake. And I'm just going to cut a little bit off this edge and fill it in with cake. So that this is flat. And then I can just use cake on this part right here. And I'll just build it up with cake. And we'll do the same with this side. Okay, so that's pretty much how we want it. All I did was trace the pan on that, by the way. If you want to know where I got that drawing from, I just took the pan and traced it on there. Wasn't rocket science or anything. Okay, so we got a bunch of pieces of cake here. Just lay them on, and we'll make the inside part. Just laying it on here. Okay, and you can just carve that. So we just used cake. And again, you can use the center of the cake too. That would work as well if you don't like the crumb. If you don't like the crumb part, you can use the center of the cake, like so. It's all in what you like. See, so that works just as well. Okay, so whatever you feel like using, it's up to you. Again, I made this cake, the day ahead, and then I stuck mine in the freezer, but you can just chill it in the refrigerator if you want. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I'm actually going to crumb coat it, and then I want to cut this board to the right shape. So it looks like this actually pretty much matches the shape of the pan that I had. So I'm just going to go ahead and move the cake off it to cut it, because it'll be easier than trying to cut it with the cake on it. So we're just going to move it off and cut it out. Just easier. I'm all for what's easy. Okay, so here we have our cutout board, and our cake is on it, looking more like an hourglass or a bow tie, depending on which way you turn it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crumb coat it just with some buttercream, really quick and simple. And then we're going to cover it with white fondant. So we'll just do the crumb coat really fast. Normally I put this on the turntable, which is what I'm going to get right now. Put this on my turntable. Okay, be a little easier to coat it. Now we're going to cover the cake itself in white, and then the ends are going to be in chocolate. So, and I don't want to double coat it in white and then put chocolate on top of it, because I think that's too thick of a coating, because it's already going to have the frosting on it. So I'm just going to cut the white. I'm not going to actually drape the white over the sides. You'll see it when I do it. But you're wondering, why is she cutting that? That's why, because I don't want 2 layers of chocolate, 2 layers of fondant. People never complain about chocolate fondant. They only complain about the colored, the white stuff. Boy, chocolate fondant, oh my God, that stuff's good. No matter what brand you have. Yummy. And I know this is very rough. We're going to smooth it with our acetate piece in a second. This is just so it'll stick. All right, so here's my acetate. And we're just going to smooth this down. I just need enough frosting for it to stick. Doesn't have to be perfect. Because this is going to be an old man, the more wrinkles, the better, which is really convenient. Okay, so I am gonna crumb coat this. These edges are gonna get chocolate. I guess you could just use frosting. There's no reason why this cake has to be fondant. If you can sculpt in buttercream. Maybe I'll do a video on one of those. Okay.